Hi everyone, it is the mandate of Alberta Sport Development Southwest to help athletes reach a higher level. And as Daryl Rummel tells us, this year they've got a new tool at their disposal.
John McGill spends much of his time on the ice trying to help young athletes achieve a better stride, increase power, and in turn speed. But he was never really able to show them the exact mechanics behind what he meant.
When I asked the question, what do you think your knee bend angle is? The response is generally across the board, well, pretty good. Until we put it on film and we see that their knee bend angle isn't anywhere near 90 degrees, which is the optimum angle we're looking for.
Enter Dartfish, computer software developed in Switzerland, which enables the user to view, edit, and analyze an athlete's stride.
So visually, they're able to look at it and to actually absorb what they're doing on the ice.
McGill calls it the evolution of sport, taking what they learn here and really breaking it down here. In a classroom setting, McGill shows midget AAA player Brendan Benson his bend is well over the desired 90 degrees, and his stride doesn't quite hit 45. Both he and his father are big supporters of the Dartfish program.
When you look at most professional teams now use software to break down plays and hockey evaluations and all that kind of stuff, so I think this is just the next step.
Back on the ice, McGill is now able to work with Benson on achieving a more technically sound stride. Danny Dagenstein is also noticing marked improvement on his skating.
It was a lot different. It was the first time I was videotaped, and it's really showed like it's easier for me to improve.
The application of the Dartfish software doesn't begin and end with ice hockey. It also has been used on figure skaters, sprinters, even football players. In fact, it's also behind the 162 athletes who won Olympic medals in 2008. Now, Alberta Sport Development Southwest is offering it to young skaters in Lethbridge, and with the help of top-tier coaches like McGill, are hoping with their help, local athletes can achieve their next level, one stride at a time. Daryl Rummel, CTV Sports, Lethbridge.
And for more info, contact Jesse Hale at the Alberta Sport Development Centre Southwest at 403-320-5271. The Philadelphia Flyers have lost in the playoffs to the eventual Stanley Cup champions 3 years in a row. And for that trend to continue, then the New Jersey Devils will have to knock off the LA Kings in the finals. Game 1 of this series starts tomorrow in Jersey. To football now, the Calgary Stampeders, well, their training camp is just around the corner, and the team will be in Medicine Hat on Saturday at the Methanex Bowl at 11 o'clock. Here's Glenn Campbell with the training camp preview.
This was an off-season of change for the Calgary Stampeders. A changing of the guard. Veteran Henry Burris was traded to Hamilton, and fellow veteran Joffrey Reynolds wasn't re-signed.
The young players that took their places last year did an outstanding job for us, and Drew Tate and John Cornish. And at certain times in people's career, their change is going to happen. You don't have very many players in pro football end the career with the same team that they started.
Drew Tate is the new starter in town. He took over from Burris late last season and played well. Hufnagel says Tate has worked hard in the offseason, preparing to be an everyday starter.
I know he went to Cleveland to work out with this trainer that he's very comfortable with. And Drew resides in Dallas, but he made the commitment to go and to get himself in the best physical shape possible.
Hufnagel says he has confidence that Tate will be able to get the job done. He wouldn't have gone in this direction if he didn't think that way.
Every time Drew's been on the field, whether it was at the end of the game or during the game trying to save the game or as a starter, he's always been very productive. So, it's his time, and he's ready for his time to happen. He'll make the best out of it.
One area Hufnagel wants to improve on this year is the home record. The Stamps were only 5-4 at McMahon last season, while they were 6-3 on the road.
I've used over that concept all through the off-season, and I'm going to try to have a player meeting on the day of the game as we do on the road, and hopefully that will help our players focus as they do on the road, because we do have an excellent road record.
And once again, Stamps in Medicine Hat Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Okay. Well, what do, Heath, if you live in sunny California? You need to cool off from the heat.
Right.
You take a dip in the pool.
Of course.
Apparently so do bears.